Welcome to MBA Today. We're fortunate enough to have Stephanie Conran in the studio with us today. Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, you're a second-year student in the MBA program.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do before?
Before I came back to get my MBA, I was an engineer. I was a civil engineer in water resources in California for about 8 years, working mostly on floodplain management and water resources planning.
Wow. So that doesn't seem to have a real natural bridge to getting an MBA. What was it that made you come back and get one?
As much as I loved being an engineer, I just felt like I wanted to be able to have a more far-reaching effect than I did as an engineer, as an engineer, I spent a lot of time in my cubicle doing my little calculations, which I loved, and I felt like I was helping a lot of people by helping them not flood and
Sure.
things like that. It's valuable. I still wanted to be able to have a more global effect.
Great. Did you have an internship?
I did.
And where was it?
Yes, this last summer I was at the Walt Disney Company. I was in their procurement department for new media and technology.
Wow. And did you enjoy it?
I did. I had a wonderful experience at Disney.
Do they make you wear ears every day?
A lot of people have them in their cubicles, yes.
I can visualize that. That's
But
great.
the culture is fantastic at Disney. It really is kind of the happiest place on earth. I never met a grump the entire time I was there.
Well, you belong there then. So I hear that you have a hobby, a very special hobby. You have many hobbies, but there's one in particular that you've been getting a little bit of attention for lately. Would you like to tell us about that?
Sure. So I'm a stained glass artist on the side. I have been working in stained glass and blown glass for the last 9-10 years, something like that. I was working at a studio in California, teaching and doing a lot of commissioned stained glass work. And over time, I just got to the point where I felt like I wanted to use that talent to build the kingdom. So with a little bit of networking and a little bit of patience, I finally found a way to weasel my way in to be able to work on temples for the LDS Church.
Wow. So how many temples have you worked on?
I've lost count, I think. I've worked on Tahiti, Boise, Gilbert, Payson, Salt Lake, Houston last week.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple others.
That's amazing. How did that make you feel to be able to do something like that?
Honestly, it was a really powerful experience for me to be able to worship the Lord with my hands in a way that was very unique and personal to me. I had so many wonderful experiences just with the Lord teaching me as I worked in that way, with the people that I was able to interact with the relationships I was able to build. My great-grandfather was a temple artist as well, so I felt like it gave me a good, strong connection to my ancestors, and just overall, it's been a beautiful experience.
Wow. Do you have any projects coming in the future, or anything that sort of your goal going forward with that hobby in particular?
Not in particular, but just whenever I have a free time, I go and spend a day in the studio, and it always makes me feel better and more centered.
Wow. Do you have a window that you've worked on that's your favorite?
That's my favorite. As far as the temples go, it would definitely be Gilbert, because that was my first. That one in particular was really, really meaningful to me as I came to find out, just as I came to learn a lot from God, just working on that window, just me and my window for about 2 weeks. I had about 4 of them that I was working on, about 9 by 13 foot panels that went into the north face of the Gilbert Temple on the outside, and just being able to work that slow, painstaking process of really constructing a piece of art for God as a gift for Him was a meaningful experience for me, for sure.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing part of your experience and your journey with us today. I think that we can be sure to expect a lot from you, because you are, as it seems, a very Renaissance woman. So thank you.
Thank you,
and thank you for joining us today on Marriott MBA Today.